Интенсивно, мало народу, да? То есть нормально все.
So it's left me with a nice straight edge to work with. And all I want to do to finish the shape of this vase is to take that stem that's upright and flip it over onto its side. So again, because it's quite a thin piece of glass, I have to build a bit of heat into it, and everything I touch it with cools it down. So my cold steel hand tools limit the amount of time I have to work with the glass. Now, I don't want it to get too hot because it'll just start to collapse and turn into a blob. There we go. We said that's our finished vase. If we wanted to keep this, we'd have to control the rate at which it cools down. So this is about 450 degrees C at the moment, 500, something like that. And if I take it off the iron and leave it on the table in front of us to cool down naturally, it'll cool down so quickly and unevenly that it would just shatter. So it might take it 10 minutes, it might take it about half an hour, but it'll pull itself apart. And to keep this as it is, we'd have to put it into the kiln and cool it down over about 8 to 10 hours, so overnight really. I haven't got that facility today, so I'm going to carry on shaping this. But that slow cooling is something that all glass in the world goes through, from, well, everything, the screens on your phone, the glasses, car windscreens, and the time it takes to cool it down depends on how thick it is. So something like a household light bulb takes about 3 or 4 minutes to cool down properly. To the mirrors that are made for observatory telescopes are often such large pieces of glass, they can take up to a year to cool down properly. But I'm going to turn this into a bowl now, so I'm just building the heat into that stem because it's just going to get in my way. And instead of just building the heat into the small hole at the end, I'm going to warm pretty much the top half of the object. And like I said before, I can't blow this up anymore to create the shape. So I can get the hand tools inside and start to push it from the inside out. Again, it's still quite a thin piece of glass, so I can't do the whole shaping in one go.
Сейчас это, наверное, будет с такой
посадкой,
Он меняет форму, видишь, как
we can start to widen that hole at the top. And ideally what I want to do is follow this curve I've already got and get the sides to open out so it's a nice niche. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to achieve that.
Фрукты классные.
So it's a bit aggressive with it then, so it's a bit wobbly. But again, if we wanted to stop and keep it there, we could do if we cool it down. But there's one last property of the glass that I want to show you with this. And I'm going to get it so hot that there's nothing, no thickness in this to hold a truly liquid temperature. So there comes a point when you're heating it up where it just wants to collapse in on itself and crumple up. And to stop that happening, I can spin with these to get it to flare out as a dish. But my first problem is I've made it so big I can't get back from there. It's very similar to how old window glass used to be made. And it's a one-shot deal, so blink and you'll miss it. that it's starting to wobble, I just start to spin the iron. If I keep spinning that until it's a flat dish, because the edges are hot, we get gravity to pull at those bits for us. We'll give this a few moments to cool down. There we go. Should leave us with some fun fruit dish.
Yeah, all very
But
impressed.
there's no coming back from that. There's no way I can make these wavy edges back into a symmetrical object again.